Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to set up a payment plan or installment payment for your customers on Selar. This feature allows your customers to pay with an installment for your product or service. This feature is available on any of Selar's plans. So whether you're using the free plan, the pro plan, or the tuber plans, you can create installment payments for your customers. So to use this feature on Selar, you want to create a subscription product. And in order to do this, navigate to the hamburger icon on the top right of the screen, and to the left under product, click on add product. And you want to make sure that you select subscription, so click on next under subscription. So what we want to do first is to add the product image and name this product. So I will quickly do that now. So I've added an image to this product. I've given it a name, Installment. The next thing you want to do is to fill out your product description. And you can be really creative in this section. You can use headers, you can make it normal, you can use the bold, italic, underline option. You can even strike out. You can also embed links. You can add images, you can embed YouTube videos. All you need is a YouTube video URL. Click on save. You can change text colors, add background to text, and there's a whole lot you can do in the description section. So just play around with it and see what you can come up with. So what you want to do is to make sure the product type is set to subscription, and then the next thing is a subscription intervals or tiers. So the next thing you want to do is to set your subscription intervals or tiers. In this case, we'll just call it the payment plan. Now in the tire section, this is where you get to decide on the parts payment interval. This is the first option. That is, will the customers be billed weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannually, yearly, or you can even set up a custom interval. So if you want your customers to be billed bi-weekly, that is every 2 weeks, all you need to do is select the custom interval, and then there's another option that comes up that says custom interval. You select week, and then the custom interval you say 2 weeks. So this basically means your customers will be billed every 2 weeks. You want them to be billed every 2 months, just select month, and custom interval will be 2. So we'll just stick with bi-weekly. So the custom interval is every 2 weeks. So now once you set up the interval, the next thing to do is to enter the amount you want your customers to pay every 2 weeks. So if your product price is 200,000 and you want them to pay the 200,000 twice, that is 100,000, 100,000, that's 2 times. What you want to do is to set the amount to 100,000. So instead of saying 200,000, you are setting the amount to the parts payment that you've broken it into. So if it is 150,000, for example, I want your customers to pay it 3 times as 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. The amount you will put here is 50,000, not the sum of the total cost of the subscription product. The amount you will put here is 50,000, which is the parts payment amount. So for this case, let's say the product is 200,000. I want them to pay it twice. So that means the amount here we are going to put is 100,000 and not 200,000. And then we'll set the USD equivalent. So for my store, I've set it up to manually add my price in Naira and USD. So if you want to set this up as well, we've created a video talking extensively on this, so go check it out, how to set up your Selar store. You see how you can add your product price manually in different currencies. Okay, so now we want them to pay 100,000 2 times. 2 times. So this brings us to the next option that says number of times the customer will be charged after their first payment. It is only ideal to say, okay, the total amount is 200,000 and we want them to pay it 2 times. So this number of times is just have to be 2. But this is not how it works in this case, because if you set it to 2 here, it's going to, you see the notification that says this is a recurring payment of 3 payments. You see that? So if you want them to pay 2 times, the number of times the customer will be charged after their first payment will be 1. And here you can see the notification that this is a recurring payment subscription of 2 payments. After the first payment, the customer will be charged 1 more time after 2 weeks. So now what if you want your customers to pay 3 times? So let's assume that the product price is 150,000 and you want your customers to pay 50,000 the first time, and then 2 weeks later you want them to pay another 50,000, and then another 2 weeks later you want them to pay another 50,000. What you want to do is to change the amount here to 50,000. And now the number of times the customer will be charged after their first payment will be 2. So 2 times plus their first payment makes up the 3 times. So you can see the message here that says this is a recurring payment subscription of 3 payments. After the first payment, the customer will be charged 2 more times every 2 weeks. So if we change this to monthly, the message here will say this is a recurring payment subscription of 3 payments. After the first payment, the customer will be charged 2 more times every month. So let's go back to our bi-weekly. We'll just say custom interval week. We'll say 2 weeks. So customers will be charged 2 more times after 2 weeks. So once you do all of this and a customer pays for the first time, they will be billed according to the billing cycle you selected. So after the first payment, 2 weeks after, will automatically debit them 50,000 again. Please note, for subscriptions that are limited, that is when the subscription limit is not set to 0, like the one we have now, the subscription limit is 2 and not set to 0, the system automatically assumes it is a part payment subscription. So your customers won't get an option to cancel the subscription until all of the payments are complete. They will get reminders of their payment being due and notices if we are unable to charge them, but they won't have the option to cancel the subscription. Only you as the merchant have the option from your dashboard to cancel the subscription. Another thing to note is whenever we try to charge a customer and it fails, we send an email notification to both you and the customer that the charge failed with a reason why, like for example, insufficient funds, card expired, or card declined. That way you are both aware. When we try charging the card for the first time and it fails, we'll try again a day after and 2 days after. Now, once you've selected your billing cycle and intervals, the next thing you want to do is to select your product category. So you can choose from any of these options. I will just say trainings, and then you can go ahead to create this product. However, if you would like to redirect your buyers or customers to an external URL, let's say a private Facebook group, WhatsApp, or Telegram group, then you need to check this option that says automatically redirect the buyers to an external URL after a purchase, and then you can put in the WhatsApp, Facebook, or Telegram group URL right here before creating the product. And once they make payment, they will be automatically redirected to the link that you have provided here. But for the case of this video, I will just uncheck this option and then go ahead to create this product. Now, once your product is live, you can share the link. Here's the link. You can share it on social media, use it to run your ads, or paste it anywhere you want to run your promotions on. So now this is how to set up a payment plan or installment payment for your customers on Selar. PS, we have an advanced flexible parts payment option for our Pro subscribers. So if you're on Selar Pro or Tuber plans, we have a parts payment option called the flexible payment, which allows your customer to decide how much they want to pay. Unlike this one in this video, where they have to pay equal amounts at every of the intervals. With the flexible payment, if your product price is 200k, for example, your customers can decide to say, oh, for the first payment I want to pay 150k, and then I'll complete the remaining 50k in the next payment. They can also choose the interval that they want. So that is why it is called flexible. So if you like to use that option, it is available to our Pro or Tuber subscribers.